Hello engineers, how are you? In this video I am talking about insulation. Let's get started and see the all about insulation, types of insulation and why insulation is fixed in duct and pipe. So let's get started. All those material that retard or stop the flow of heat, electricity and sound. Let's get started and see in brief. Thought them may be broadly defined as insulating materials. The same material may not be insulated against all the three types of energy waves. It may not be insulated against heat or electricity or sound or more than one of two transmissions. Okay. The importance of insulting material cannot be overemphasized in engineering practice. Since heat and electricity are the main source of energy in many important operation, a safe handling of these sources may be impossible without insulators. The insulators may be studied under three general headings: thermal insulator, electrical insulator and sound insulator. So let's get started and see the all insulator. This is insulations, this is insulation and this is insulation. So let's talk about the role of HVAC insulation in IEQ. IEQ means indoor environment quality. Let's get started. Effective thermal insulation ensures that the medium, air or liquid stay at the right temperature, reducing energy loss throughout the system and preventing the risk of condensation. Okay, by making this initial investment, you can achieve the significant operating and the maintenance cost saving, while also the granting and appropriate level of thermal and acoustical comfort. Okay, this is called. So let's see the why is ductwork insulation important. So let's get see the why ductwork insulation is important. So let's get started. Ductwork insulation ensures that air traveling through the duct system will stay at the desired temperature and will not leak out. Leakage air result in unnecessary energy loss, which means that your HVAC system will have to work even harder. This will cause higher utility bills as a result of wasted energy, which is not good for you and for the environment. Without proper ductwork insulation, you cold will lose 10 to 30% of the energy used to heat or cool your home. A good level of ductwork insulation will prevent not only energy wastage but also leaks, temperature drops, and condensation buildup. Okay, what R value is the best? HVAC contractors recommended that ductwork insulation have an R value of at least 5. Although the right R value available 8 is the preferable. Okay. Let's see the where is ductwork insulation most necessary. Let's get started. Ducts ducts tends to be made of thin material, usually sheet metal or fiberglass, which is why it is why it is so easy for the air traveling through them be lost. Proper insulation will ensure that the regulated temperature will maintain as the air makes its way from the furnace of air conditioner you to your living areas. The ductwork is unconditioned areas such as the basements, floor and ceilings is where the ductwork insulation is most necessary. Okay. Ductwork insulation prevents condensation. Let's get started and see. Cool air passing through the warm areas in your home can cause the condensation in the ductwork. This condensation leads the moisture buildup inside the enclosed space of the duct system. In turn, the moisture can lead to all sorts of problems such as the mold and the midway growth. Proper insulation levels can actually prevent condensation from acquiring in your ductwork. Okay. Next is seal ducts before insulating. So let's get started and see. Before adding the ductwork insulation, it is highly recommended to first seal leakage in the ductwork. Find an HVAC contractor to seal the ductwork, specifically all the points in the duct run. The proper way to seal is with a material called the mastic that is bruised head on and them left to dry for about a day. Mastic is the use because it does not deteriorate or the shrink away from the joints. Keep in mind that despite its name, duct tap should not be used for the sealing ductwork. Okay, it could determine it could deteriorate the decompose and case to be. So let's get started and see types of ductwork insulation. So let's get started. The most common ductwork insulation material is fiberglass, a newer and more effective option in the duct warp, such as the Reflectix. Here a comparison of the two materials. First is fiberglass, second is Reflectix duct warp. So let's get started and see. Fiberglass insulation cost effective, easy to install, easy to replace and absorb noise. Need to be inspected often for any moisture absorption. Okay, and the benefit of reflectix duct ductwork. So let's get started and see. Very efficient and stable, lightweight, made up of foil faces on the outside that hold bubble pack between layer of polyethylene. Has and the R value of 5 to 5.6 when installed according to manufacturer's specification. No risk of moisture problem as with the fiberglass. Okay. So this is the classification of insulation materials. Low temperature thermal insulation 15.6 degrees to 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, cold or chiller water, and minus 0.6 degrees Celsius to minus 23.9 degrees Celsius is the refrigeration. Next is minus 23.9 degrees Celsius to minus 267.8 degrees Celsius is the cryogenic. Okay. Next is intermediate temperature thermal insulation. 16.1 degrees Celsius to 99.4 degrees Celsius. Hot water and steam condensate. Okay. Next is 100 degrees Celsius to 301.5.6 degrees Celsius. Steam high temperature hot water. Next is high temperature thermal insulation. 815.6 degrees Celsius to 1316.1 degrees Celsius is the turbines, breaching stacks, exhausts, incinerates, boilers, ityadi. Okay. So let's get started and see the insulator. Use of insulator. First is use of insulator. Insulator work as the protects. They may protect heat, sound, and the passage of electricity. Thermal insulator. Thermal insulator, sound insulator, and the electrical insulator are the used for the various reasons, from the keeping houses warm to protecting electrical wires and the soundproofing rooms. Depends on what you plan to use in an insulator for will the depends of which type of insulator to use. Okay. Properties of insulators: high thermal resistant, reasonably fireproof, impact proof, durable, non-absorbent of moisture, cheaper and readily available. Okay. Function of insulator: insulation reduces the surface temperature of piping of equipments to a safer level, resulting in the increased worker safety, controlling condensation and the limit corrosion on cold pipes, ducts, chillers, and the roof drains. Prevents of reduced damage of equipment from exposure of fire or corrosive atmosphere. Okay. So now see the thermal insulation. Thermal insulation. Introducing of thermal insulation. A thermal insulation is the used to prevent heat from moving from one place to another. Typically, thermal insulator prevent the conduction thought a material that they prevent heat from moving through them easily. These materials include plastic, styrofoam, reflective materials that enhance reflection of radiation and reduce the absorption, and green roof to plant an insulation layer that the absorb and the reflects radiation from the sun. Okay, these materials reduce thermal conduction by the making thermal energy more difficult to travel. Thermal insulator may be used to keep liquid warm like the thermostat or for the insulating within a house such as the ceiling, walls and the floor insulation in the form of. Okay, next is advantage of thermal insulation. It provides comfort as it keeps rooms cool in summer, hot in winter. It's safe fuel by the minimizing heat transfer. Next is it prevents condensation or moisture deposition or interior walls and ceiling, and it prevents freezing of water taps in the extreme winter and heat loss in the cause of hot water system. Okay, this is the thermal insulation example. You can use see winter, summer. This is the insulation, and see the hot temperature outside 40 degrees Celsius, and after insulation indoor temperature 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, see the difference and see the benefit of thermal insulator. Now let's see the thermal insulating materials. Slab or block insulation, known as the block or boards, 2.5 cm thick and 60 cm into 120 cm or more in area. These may be made of cork board, mineral wool, berimical, cellular glass, cellular rubber, sawdust, absorbed cement, etc. These are the fixed wall slab or roofs. Okay, this is the solid ground floor insulation over slab. Thermal insulating materials, you can see the all materials used in the thermal. So this is thermal materials used. Okay, now let's see the thermal insulating materials. Blanket insulating, these are the flexible fiber rolls made from the mineral wool, processing wool fibers, cottons, animal hair, etc. Available in thickness of 12 to 80 mm. These are the directly separate on the wall or the ceiling surfaces. Okay. Uh, Next is loose fill insulation, may consist of fibrous material like the rock wool, slag wool, cellulose of or wood fiber wool, etc. Filled loosely in the study spaces. Okay. Next is thermal insulating materials continue. Fourth is bath insulation. Similar to the blanket insulator, expect that these are the small in size but great thickness. These are also separate on. Okay. Next is insulating board for the interior lining of walls and also for the partition walls, available in the different size or thickness. Next is lightweight aggregated. Heat resistant of the concerned can be the great increased by the using the blast furnace slag, burnt clay, vermicute. Okay. Next is sound insulator. Insulator are the reduced sound are the used for the soundproofing rooms or for the noise control. Sound insulator work to reduce sound energy that is the reflected by room surfaces. Sound insulator includes window barriers that block noise from the traffic, voice and the music from ceiling that the damper noise as it passes through the multiple foam cell and the acoustic tiles that absorb Inco in Icno and the maximize the reverberation soundproof your doors, walls and the window to absorb sound for quieter homes and rooms. Okay. Let's see the sound insulation. High noise is fast become actuate problem is the mass cities and town and insulating against the noise is important and the engineering problem as the against heat. In fact, composition cities noise pollution is one of the biggest challenges for the cities. Following material are used at the present as the acoustic insulator. First is cellular concrete. It is variety concrete in the use the heights are created during the manufacturing stage. Generally, it is made by the adding powdered aluminum and the water to a cement used for the making concrete. Okay. In the sound insulation, acoustic plaster. This is made by the mixing together magnesium, oxygen, chloride, granulate, slag, and the some gelatin. Okay. Next is acoustic boards. These are the made by the bonding together fibrous material like the wood and vegetable fibers in a matrix of plaster. They are fight in the weight and can be cut the joint the ceiling and the partition walls. Okay. Accurate boards are the also made by using vermi vermicults and the perlite. Okay. In this video, we are talking in this area electrical insulator. An electrical insulator, also known as a non-conductor, is used to prevent the flow of electricity currents. Material that works as the non-conductors lack movable electric charges. Highly resistant electrical insulator include mica, crystalline silicon material, glass quarters, and the solid ionic substances. Okay, these materials work by the tightly binding electrons, so there is no electron flow between them and therefore no condension. Electrical insulators may be used to circuit boards, high voltage system, and as the coating on electric wire and cable. Okay, advantage is a poor a very poor electrical conductivity. Example, very high electrical resistivity, resistance to deterioration on heating, very low thermal expansion, non inflammable. Okay, chemical stability at the high temperature and high strength, hardness and the resistant to ab- abrasion. Okay, this is the electrical insulator you see in the video. Let's see the electrical insulator. The name indicates a group mica, groups of natural minerals having a sheet-like the structure by the virtue of which they can be separated into thin elastic sheets of this group. Two members, named the musobit and the philogopit, are used extremely as the electrical insulator. These minerals have very low thermal conductivity, high electrical resistance, great toughness, flexibility, and the resistance, and a unique combination of an ideal insulator. Mica is the different forms is used in a variety of electrical devices such as the resistance to electrical heating appliances. Electrical insulator asbestos, asbestos, highest grade of asbestos which the acquire in a long fiber and it is the free from iron oxide. It is the commonly used insulator may be electrical appliances. It used to covering electrical covering in traction type electrical motor or coil. Okay. Next is rubber. Rubber is one of the very common used electrical insulator. It has following special properties: very low electrical conductivity, high resistance to moisture and abrasion, high flexibility, high resilience. Okay. Next in paper, let's see the paper. Paper is Paper is also classed among the very useful insulator for common use. Insulator paper is especially made without adding of fillers. When the impregnated with oil, its the properties in an insulator get further improved. Okay. Next is synthetic resin. This artificial material have the occupied in the place of the great importance in the field of electrical insulation. They are available both in the solid and liquid form. Among the solid product of cellulose, ester and the phenolic vinyls etc. are the important backlight. It is outstanding example of this. Okay. Do you like this video? Please like this video and subscribe this YouTube channel for all engineer learnings videos. For more videos, thank you.